Savings on Saving SOS system, the saver-friendly system. We'd like to thank TIAA-CREF for sponsoring the Raise the Rate contest, which was instrumental in providing the inspiration. The goal of raising the U.S. personal savings rate to 10% is quite ambitious. The U.S. personal savings rate last exceeded 10% of GDP during the 4 years from 1942 through 1945, when it averaged 16.6%. A few individual raise the rate ideas may increase the rate to 10%, and the interaction of multiple raise the rate ideas without a doubt has the opportunity to increase the rate to 10%. The SOS system is a 15% tax on consumption, which will replace virtually all employment taxes which are currently withheld from employees and matched by employers. These currently total just over 15%. A consumption tax discourages spending and by default encourages savings, so the personal savings rate increases. Of utmost importance is the cause and effect relationship between the consumption tax and the savings rate. Some economists contend that the United States trade deficit problem is a saving deficit problem. Many economists agree that U.S. exporters are handicapped by our tax system, which forces them to pass on more U.S. taxes to foreign customers than foreign exporters must pass on to U.S. customers. Both downsloping lines on this chart point to the ineffectiveness of the U.S. employment and income tax systems with regard to our personal savings rate and our balance of trade. The 4-decade decline in our personal savings rate speaks volumes regarding the ineffectiveness of our tax systems to encourage savings. Paradoxically, this decline has occurred with an increased loss of tax revenue to incentivize personal savings. These quotes argue for discontinuance of the status quo. The 15.3% is paid in regardless of whether you spend all you earn or not, so there is currently no employment tax incentive to save. Whether single or filing jointly, these sample taxpayers would each have a top income tax rate of 25%. Unfortunately, employment and income taxes can substantially reduce savable dollars, but savable dollars are preserved with consumption taxes. For our sample taxpayers, employment and income taxes currently reduce savable dollars by 8% to 31%. The SOS system will provide our sample taxpayers with 15% more savable dollars per dollar not spent. Americans that become better and more successful savers with the saver-friendly SOS system are very likely to seek to optimize their use of income tax advantage vehicles like 403B, 401k, IRA, medical, and IRS Section 529 education savings plans. The SOS leaves the existing employment and income tax mechanism in place, but adds a 15% consumption credit to each net pay to provide the money to pay the new 15% consumption tax. Savers will have an excess consumption credit over the consumption tax as their 15% incentive for saving. Perhaps a tax consumption based tax system is the missing link that has been constraining the United States from realizing a more robust personal savings rate, increased competitiveness, and greater prosperity. Please cast your vote for the SOS system. Thank you for your consideration, and thank you for your vote.